How you guys doing? And thanks for watching. This is George at Wicked Warnings, your number one source for construction safety and emergency lighting products, LEDs, strobe lights for cars, vans, buses, trucks, tricycles, big old monstrous flatbed dump trucks like this Isuzu FTR. This one happened to be named DU1022 for our friends over at Western Redmac. And we needed kind of a simple solution for this truck. It is a flatbed dump truck. We didn't do anything around the back. We built it to suit here. Customer requested medium-sized light bar on some kind of a riser to go up over the headache dump because that headache rack is part of the dump body. And if we could put some amber white flash down in the front lower door light there. It's a factory cornering light on these Isuzu FTRs, and not every truck even has a bulb in the cornering light lens. This truck, for instance, was not equipped with cornering lights as an option, so that lens that you see there flashing amber and white was empty. There is a turn signal and a parking light behind that strobe factory, but we got real lucky. That lens was empty. Now, there is room in that lens even if you had a cornering light to fit a hideaway. By the way, that's our HAW Duo down there. We did one set of amber and one set of white, and we switched a bulb from one set to the other, and we got an amber white set on one side of the truck and an amber white set on the other side of the truck. We mounted it all right there in the door panel itself, ran the wiring through the boot. It turned out real nice. We've got them alternating there on a triple flash 75 FPM pattern, real common pattern. And then on the roof light bar, we got the same thing. We got it going half by half with the 75 FPM flash. Here we got a little corner shot for you, a little closer up. You can kind of see that color flash right there, exactly what I'm talking about. And fairly easy install on those. Really not too bad. Does an awful lot of good warning for the front end of this truck. And as I said, we spoke with the client, and they just weren't really interested in putting anything around the back with the dump body. It's going to get beat up an awful lot, hauling a lot of rough material, so they didn't want to put anything around the back. Alrighty, so here back in the door, as you can see, underneath this black plastic extension panel is the actual light. Here's where we popped from there right up into here through a factory rubber grommet here to get into the actual metal door itself. Believe it or not, this black area down here is not actually part of the metal door. The metal door ends right about here, and that light is actually down here. So then we travel up through the door. Came through the factory boot right here, so there's absolutely no way to pinch or cut a wire, and we came in underneath the dash right there. We did put a piece of flex tape over this just to keep the water shed straight down, and we poked a hole through the factory grommet right there, as I said. Show you where I put the switch in here. Just went right there. From the factory, there was a little plug. I bet there's a particular accessory this truck didn't have, so we enlarged that hole to 3/4 and we put the switch right there, and we were able to grab a fuse tap from the fuse panel right in there and put a 7.5 amp fuse on it to run the system, and we ran it right over to here to our switch. We used that fuse tap from an empty circuit in the fuse box. Worked out very well. Now, as an alternate method, I suppose if your truck has this RR light right here, this is down on the frame rail, and you could tie into this switch too if you prefer. However, our lighting was into the cab of the truck, so we didn't really want to take that wire all the way from the frame rail and bring it back inside. So we may use that RR switch, I believe, in the future for some white work lights around the frame and the bed in the back, just to light up the area behind the truck. I'm going to try to sell that and see if I can make that happen. I think about 4 nice work lights around the back underneath that work body would work really nice on that RR switch. Alrighty, up here on the roof, we have our risers that we made. We had these made up and fabbed up for just this purpose. They work with all the Whelen mini bars that we sell, as well as a 52-inch version of a Whelen light bar, which you may have seen on our Altum Transport Box truck build. Might be putting a link to that build right up here. So also, you can see we put our logo on them. You get about 8.5 inches, I think. I take that back. Let's not guess. It's about 7 5/8 inches. Call it 7.5 of rise on these mounts. That way it comes up over the headache rack right here, and you can see everything. Now, height wasn't a concern for this particular vehicle, so the added little bit of height here also brings that light bar over the DOT lights in the front, so much more visible. is a nice 23-inch Whelen Mini light bar here, real robust, real solid quality. We ran a cable gland to go right down into the roof there. I ran some riv nut inserts into the roof here with a 5/16 bolt right there, caulked it in real nice with some RTV, and we're going to put a little RTV on the top there as well just to keep the rain out 100%. So that's how we mounted that. Overall, fairly simple build on a fairly large vehicle, but I think it gets the job done. Thanks again for watching Wicked Warnings. Make sure you tune in to all of our other builds. We got a bunch of little NPR Isuzus from the same company we did several years ago. So if you're an Isuzu fan, take a browse around our video gallery and you'll see a few more of these Isuzus, a couple box truck variations and some stake body variations that we've done for this particular customer. He does a lot of highway road construction signage, so they're always using the Isuzu platform, one of their favorite trucks. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Keep in mind, Wicked Warnings, your #1 source for construction and emergency safety strobe lighting and equipment for cars, vans, trucks, buses, SUVs, bicycles, tricycles, and everything in between, like this big mama flatbed. This kind of truck just makes me want to go haul something.